Good after, it's not good afternoon, it is good morning, my lovely, awesome, and amazing friends. Welcome to the early edition of Coffee Run Live. I have got many things on my agenda today, so I needed to come in early to you so that we can make sure that we get all of the things done and get you motivated and inspired and excited and ready to face your day. As you're coming on, please say hello. I don't know what was with that accent. So hello. I sound like Frank from that National Tiles. You know that National Tiles advert? For those of you in Australia, there's Frank from National Tiles, and he's like, hello, it's Frank from National Tiles. He sounds like he's got a very, very obvious and specific voice. So hello, we are coming to you today. So what I wanted to talk to you about this morning, first of all, is the second day of Nicola has launched, and it's very, very exciting. It is a 2-for-1, buy one, get one free power coaching session with yours truly that you can use at all throughout, anytime at all throughout 2021. So you've got the link in the comments there. Get on that. Very, very excited. It ends at midnight. So if it's something that you think you might want some help with over the course of the next 12 months, then this is a great deal. So what I wanted to chat with you briefly about, though, first of all, is the fact that knowing that you are destined for it, knowing that you are born for it, knowing that you are deserving of everything is not enough, unfortunately, in order for you to be able to get the results that you want. It's a little bit like the law of attraction and assuming that you can just sit there and manifest and dream and think, okay, I deserve this, I know it's going to happen, and then expect and anticipate that everything is going to come through for you, because quite frankly, it's probably not. One of the things that I'm a huge, huge fan of all the time is going, all right, getting into that place of really knowing, first of all. So, it's more of a framework, right? So it's one thing to sit in there and then in the knowing. So what are the things that you absolutely know to be true, that you're deserving, that you're worthy, that you're worth it, that it's sitting there waiting for you, that it's, if you subscribe to Jerry and Abraham Hicks, it could be about the sitting there and going, all right, Esther and Jerry Hicks and Abraham Hicks could be sitting there knowing that you've got all that stuff sitting there waiting in the vortex for you, and that you've just got to get into it and get into that energy. That is one part of it. But what a lot of people miss and unfortunately don't really talk about is the fact that the law of attraction requires you to take action. Knowing is not enough. Sitting and knowing that you are hungry and knowing that there is food in the fridge doesn't mean that it's automatically going to land in your belly and be done, right? It takes more than that. So the thing that you've got to get into, and the thing that I always sit there and consider, journal on, is, all right, well, if I know all of this, if I know that I'm worthy of $1 million a year in my business, I know that I'm worthy of an amazing dream team, I know that I'm worthy and deserving of my hot call clients and creating massive action and massive results and inspiring and motivating people, that's all awesome. But what's the next required action that I need to take in order to make all of that stuff? Freaking watch is going nuts. What is the next required action that I need to take in order to bring that to life? Because honestly, again, like I said, knowing is not enough. So I could be sitting manifesting, for example, hi Tracy, I could be sitting manifesting all of the things in my in my bed, right? Going, all right, this is what I really want. This is what I would love to create. This is who I want to create it with. But if I don't actually get out of bed and take the next required action, which could be putting out a post, it could be turning up on a live, it could be doing my coaching, it could be whatever. Like if I don't take that action, then the results aren't going to come through. Nothing is actually going to change. Nothing is actually even going to shift. And That's a little bit sad if we're really honest about it. So the next required action, this is where people can often get a little bit lost, I suppose, a bit lost, a bit confused, a bit disheartened, a bit disenfranchised because maybe things don't happen exactly the way that we want it to. So here's the thing that I would do. The first thing that you want to get really clear on is going, all right, so I want to, what is it that you actually want to create? So if you fast forward 12 months into the future, maybe even 2 years into the future, 12 months is a good milestone. Fast forward 12 months into the future, and I want you to imagine that everything had worked out exactly as you wanted it to, right? And then what does that look like? What are you doing? Who are you being? What are you working on? Who are you working with? How much time do you have? How much work are you doing in your business? How much time are you spending doing all of the things that you know that you want to be doing? And then once you've got that, you can reverse engineer and go, all right, well, this is what I want. And I know that it's going to happen, right? You know that it's going to happen. The other layer of this that you want to add into here is reminding yourself, and this is a really big mindset thing, and this was huge for me actually, was really saying to myself and reminding myself constantly that actually that I always make the right decisions. I always make the right decisions. I always make the right choices. I know that the things that I'm doing are contributing and helping me to actually achieve a result and to get a return and to help the people that I want to help, to create the impact that I want to be able to create. Awesome. All right. So what's the next thing that I need to be doing right now? Now, that's where you need to take, this is where the aligned action comes in, the next required aligned action. I'll often call it the NRA. So that's what it needs to be, your next required action. Hey Lisa, how are you? So once you've got that down, then it gets into the fact of going, all right, now I've actually got to get out there and do that. So this is where you want to be a little bit strategic. So if you're thinking about really amplifying your message, getting yourself out there, making it happen, getting more clients, creating that impact that you really want to be able to create, you know, building the business of your dreams, the life of your dreams, then it's going to require you, if you're not already doing that, or if you don't already have that, even though you know that you might deserve it, if you're not there yet, you need to make a different choice and you need to take a different action. So the first thing that I would always suggest that you do before you go, all right, here's a bunch of social media stuff. I'm going to go and launch into the next marketing tactic. I'm going to go and do LinkedIn. I'm going to do a podcast. I'm going to go do some PR. I'm going to go and do this. Stop. Wait a minute. Bring it back. All right. Who do I want to be seen as and how do I want to be seen? And this is where we start to get into really talking about your positioning, right? So if you think about, all right, if you look at your industry, you want to be, I imagine, you want to be positioned as an expert in the eyes of your audience, right? Because they're the people who are going to buy from you. So you don't need to worry about your peers. You don't need to be worrying about, being seen as the expert in the industry. It's more about being seen as an expert in the eyes of your hot cold clients, right? My peers are amazing. The other people in my industry who are doing all of the things that they're doing things similar to me or dissimilar to me, they are all amazing. Most of them. Most of them are really, really amazing. And I'm not bothered about my friends seeing me as an expert in what I do. I care about you guys seeing me as an expert in what I do, right? Because you're the people who I'm going to be able to help, hopefully. But my peers aren't going to need to buy from me because they're already all over it. Yeah. So what we want to have a look at when it comes to your positioning, before you start throwing all of your stuff around there on social media, is really coming back to, all right, who are the people that I really want to be helping? Who are the people that I want to be serving? And what are the problems that they need solving? And how can you do that? How can you really get in there and be seen as an expert for them and solve their problems before they've even bought from you, right? So it's a really big kind of shift from going, all right, I've got to do all of the things for all of the people everywhere. I've got to be seen as an expert, because that brings up imposter syndrome. It brings up, how the hell do I differentiate myself? It brings up all of this stuff where all of those things are tactics, right? The thing that you can't tactic your way out of is you being you leveraging the knowledge that you have, the experience that you have, and solving problems for your audience. So that's all of that. Knowing that you are an expert isn't enough. You've actually got to show up as one. Knowing that you're worthy of $1 million a year business isn't enough. You need to show up as one. You need to take the actions that are aligned with that knowing. So that is my big kick in the pants. Go get moving, make this shit happen, get out there and change the world. Motivation for you today. Now, if you need help with this, I've got a couple of things. Visible Live, I know we're talking about the power coaching sessions today. The Visible Live is happening on Friday and Saturday of this week. If you need some help unpacking your zone of genius, your intellectual property, so that you can position yourself as an expert in the eyes of your audience, then let me know and I can shoot you through the link, or you can go over to the website, which is nicolamoras.com.au, and you can get the lowdown on Visible Live. I'm really excited to bring that to you. It's an amazing event. All right, my friends, have an awesome, fabulous, and of course, an amazing day. Get out there and go kick some ass. You know what else you need to do? You need to get out there. You need to go help some people, have a whole ton of fun doing it. But most of all, particularly at this time of year when the world has gone a little bit mad, remember that the world is ready for your brand of awesome. You rock. You're amazing. I will see you tomorrow, if not before. Bye.